The storm. The storm was almost on me as I left work that night, and I cursed myself for not getting gas this morning. I hoped I wouldn't get soaked. It had been a long week at the office, and tensions were high in the city after a string of local kidnappings. I worked for a neighborhood magazine, meant to report on things like festivals and lemonade stands. But today we learned that a girl we all knew, a 16-year-old only a few blocks from me, had been the most recent victim. My heart was heavy as I began to drive to the station. The entire day felt ominous and dark. As I pulled up to fill my tank, I sighed and headed into the little convenience store. Misery loves company. What better company than a $5 bottle of wine? Thunder was rumbling in the distance as I pulled into my driveway. The sky was nearly black, and I hurried to unlock my door and let myself inside. My sweet mutt, Lucy, ran to meet me at the door, barking softly, her tail wagging frantically. "Hi, baby," I cooed, hurrying to set down my purse and coat so I could let her outside before the rain. Lucy had been my sister's dog before. Well, before she died. We'd been twins, both newly 18. Out celebrating one summer night before she headed off to college out of state. She left the group to use the bathroom and she never came back. They found her body in the woods a few weeks later. But Lucy had helped my heart heal in so many ways. She was the most patient and loving animal I'd ever met. Always eager to snuggle me in bed or sleep on the floor beside me, protecting me. She loved to give kisses on days like today, when it was especially hard to imagine that my sister was gone. That any of those girls were. Lucy really was my best friend. I rushed Lucy outside to do her business, just as the first big drops of rain fell, smacking me in the nose. We ran back inside before I had a large wet dog to deal with, and I decided to relax and take a bath. I moved into this neighborhood just after it was built. It's a testament to a Fox luxury. It looked bright and shiny, but I've come to learn that everything was made as cheaply as possible. The only exception, my amazing bathroom, complete with a jacuzzi tub and a mounted TV. You could say that this had a major hand in my social life's decline, and you would be right. I uncorked the wine from the gas station. Rummaging through my cupboards to try and find a glass, I finally settled for a Garfield coffee mug. I even decided to light a few candles, throw in some bubbles. Anything to break this depression the day had left me feeling. Lucy curled up on the rug beside the tub, her tail thumping lightly against the floor, and I sank into the fragrant water, letting my muscles relax. I turned on the TV, pausing for a second on the news. Another woman, this one only a few houses down, had gone missing a few hours ago. Foul play suspected. I shivered involuntarily.
Officials are urging residents to lock their doors and travel in groups when possible. Report any suspicious characters to law enforcement immediately.
I quickly switched to the cooking channel, trying to lose myself in a luscious hollandaise recipe. I woke up to Lucy licking water drops off my hand. I quickly checked my phone, hoping I hadn't slept too late, and was relieved that it only had been a few minutes. I finished my glass of wine and poured myself another, pausing to refresh the hot water in the bath and put on my robe. My stomach was rumbling lightly, so I walked downstairs to grab a bag of chips or some fruits to snack on before I made dinner. The rain was pounding on all the windows, and I took a moment to close all my blinds against the storm. With a jolt, I realized I'd left my back door unlocked. The hair on my neck raised in fear, and I softly called out for Lucy. Relief flooded through me as I heard the clinking of her paws down the stairs. She woofed comfortingly at me as we walked through the rest of the house. She didn't seem to think anything was out of sorts, either, and I felt myself calm down. Grabbing my chips and my phone, I walked back upstairs, cursing when I realized the tub had begun to overflow. The storm had killed any possibility of me going out, so I spent my night making spaghetti and watching TV. Lucy beside me. She was especially affectionate tonight after I let her eat a meatball out of my open hand, slurping off all the pasta sauce and making an absolute mess. I polished off the last of the wine close to midnight, and I was feeling its effects. The tension on my shoulders slowly fading and my thoughts getting blurry. I murmured to Lucy, I think it's time for bed. I dragged myself up the stairs, Lucy marching up beside me loyally. A crack of thunder made us both jump as I got myself tucked in. Turning on my bedroom TV for some extra light and background noise, Lucy got settled on the thick rug next to my bed, yawning loudly. I laughed. Good night, baby. I woke up a few hours later to a pitch-black room. The storm must have knocked out the power. Instinctively, I reached down to the rug beside my bed, feeling around for a moment before I felt Lucy lick my fingers sweetly. I sighed with relief, about to roll over as my eyes adjusted, and I saw Lucy's sleeping body lying in her bed in the hall.